Okay, the lesson I chose to explore here in Common Sense Education is My Media, and it's aimed at grades 6 through 8. They're talking about media habits and interacting with a digital media. So the digital citizenship element that it addresses most primarily is digital access, but I think there's room for conversations about other topics like digital communication, digital etiquette, digital literacy, and things of that nature. So you can see on the website here, you can click on the download and that'll bring you over to the lesson itself, which is right here. And a quick overview, it addresses critical thinking, there's some writing involved, discussion and collaboration, there's graphing and compilation of data, um, there is interpreting data and then reflecting on what they've just learned about themselves in terms of media. So the lesson runs about a single period or about 45 minutes, and the lesson kind of opens with students learning about reflecting on how often they kind of use their media throughout the day. So what does a typical day look like? When are they using digital media? How are they using it, etc. And then it goes into exploring their media logs. And their media logs are something that they should have already completed either the day prior or over the weekend or something. So students are logging all the times that they use digital media in different forms, whether that be TV, cell phone, internet use, things like that. And then so students will get into groups, they'll talk about the media that they use, and then they'll actually compile it in media bar graphs. So this is where their plotting will come in. They break down the minutes and hours that they used for each media source, and they create a bar graph of the data. After they've created their bar graphs, they'll actually explain their digital media use to the rest of the class. So what was surprising about the digital media that they actually ended up using the most, which they use the least, how it compares to other classmates in the room. And then finally, the students are asked to kind of reflect on their digital media use. So like, what does digital media actually mean to them? How does it influence their everyday lives? And this really makes students aware of how often they're using digital media, what they're using it for, and maybe having a little better perspective on how they would use digital media in the future. And one thing that I didn't mention was kind of the hook that makes it engaging for students, and I think honestly anything that has something to do with them using their media is going to be engaging. So having them actually be able to take out their cell phones and say, all right, let's think about how much you use this, or reflect on how you use the computer. It's something that they do in their everyday lives, and I think that that's something that they'll want to talk about in class, especially comparing logs. I think students get really into comparing how they'll use the digital media. So I think the process itself, it kind of serves as its own hook, especially when you bring into, okay, we can actually use our cell phones in class right now and look at them and think about how we're actually using them.